Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? Rimuru is about to be going in next week, and it's pretty funny that with the things that he's been doing and trying to keep the peace, it's seemingly not gonna happen anytime soon, with usually one episode being the setup episode and the second episode being the true one where we understand if we really got to go out there and get things done. And now for the third one, going to be the overall battle. We are dealing with something that seemingly can body some of the demon lords, and we got pretty much confirmation that Leon, the Demon Lord, is just a whole nother tier altogether. Like, he may be a Demon Lord, but for some reason he's not even considered um, as like, I don't know. He's like he's the pinnacle of Demon Lord or something. I really don't understand how they're like, oh, this guy equals the power of Demon Lords, but then they talk about Leon and they're like, oh well, that's no Demon Lord. That's like a god of demon lords or something, you know. So with just Rimuru saying that and getting the reaction that we got today, I absolutely loved it. Clearly, that is going to be the end game, or maybe not so much the end, the end of it all. I don't think Leon should be the end of, like the whole entire journey as a whole. But it could make sense seeing how he played such a big role in pretty much hurting the person that Rimuru holds dearly and holds her will inside of him. So I'm honestly not that surprised that whenever we probably are going to see Rimuru going against Leon, it might be an emotional match for him, trying to just get all the answers. Like he said, his pack with the girl that he absorbed, it's to a point where he wants to help. He's still in a position where he wants to actually make her feel better about what she's been going through and stuff like that. So with that being said, I am so interested in it. I'm so interested in just where all of this is going, because if you haven't noticed, some of these characters are very easily manipulated, and I think that's another reason why maybe demon lords are not as crazy and like as dangerous as this being that's this calamity level threat coming. Um, and that's just because demon lords can actually be reasoned with. Demon lords actually have a personality, actually might you know call it a quit when they're losing or when they're winning, and they want to, you know, less damage to the property they might get. They might talk it out for the rest of it, you know. This thing is the complete opposite. It wants that smoke and it's gonna get it, okay? That's the whole premise of what I'm getting here, and that's mainly why it's on the level of demon levels, is because it doesn't really care for any types of conversation squabbling. If you have something to say and you want to be heard by it, you better get your powers out and start fighting it, because that's the only thing it seemingly would understand. The one thing that also kind of draws a weird point for me with the battling of something like this is, A, it was sealed away. So is it so powerful that it can only be sealed because, as the drag said, that came and actually gave us the warning of its appearance, she pretty much said it's been revived multiple times. So what's stopping it? What's actually going to be the case for Rimuru to be going out there and actually fighting it and trying to defeat it when it gets revived? You know what I mean? So these are one of these sticky situations where I think the main character might just be the most brokenest thing in the whole entire show, Because if people have been spending all this time killing it, mind you, it's a cloud that was it's like take some of the dragon's magic molecules that were capable of creating uh, like very fine crystals to make broken weapons, to make foot soldiers even better than, you know, like some elite soldiers without weapons. He has that type of power for humans. Imagine if you were just created out of him and out of that magic, and then you were just who you were because of it. That's pretty much what this being is. And that's another reason why it rivals the level of the Demon Lords, because the dragon himself was, I believe, above the Demon Lords. So something coming out of him and pretty much having only the evil tendencies to fight, kill, and destroy seemingly feels like it's the evil side of him that was telling Rimuru about, oh, yeah, I just went to this village and I was just chilling at a village. But what he was really doing was rampaging, destroying everything, killing everything in sight. And that was him just like having fun. So maybe that was the evil conscience of fun that was like manifested out of him and into this giant monster or something funny like that. So it just baffles me when I see stuff like this, because I'm not used to a show being so, like, usually they take much longer breaks. I mean, Black Clover is a good case of that. Black Clover will take like 3 episodes off. This show is like, oh yeah, we barely take a break, and we introduce something that's going to be coming in the future in that break episode. You know, like, it's so flowy that I feel like it's got to have a season 2. And that's where I'm going with the whole Leon thing. Is it feels like the Demon Leon should be more of the direction the show goes. Like, we're going to get Rimuru fighting all these crazy people and all of these different people who are either going to be strong, you know, maybe more powerful, and he has to have teamwork. I don't think that's the case. From what people are telling me about Rim, he doesn't really use teamwork. Like, he just does it all himself. He's that powerful. So, to think that we're still in a part of the show where Rimuru is kind of weak is actually like hilarious to me. So there's that aspect, that he is quote unquote not at full potential. So there's still a lot for his power to be said, and his predator mode, I feel like, is the one thing that would get him the edge from what we've seen and against the last being that he fought against. But like I said, it's not like him. It's not like the orc who had a past and was compassionate and was trying to save people and he was a king. This thing is just now actually the person that we saw get beat up by the Demon Lord in our town. He is a part of it, and all that anger and hatred is the reason why it's going in that direction towards the town, I feel like, because he is the true inspiration, so to speak, towards you know, towards that town, towards Rimuru, towards everything in that general area. So once it was revived, it was going off his vibe of, oh yeah, Rimuru's town, yeah, yeah, we can handle that. That ain't nothing. And we'll kill that Demon Lord you hate. So that's where they were kind of going with when they were offering him the power, is this is dangerous. You might not even be able to, you know, handle it. And that's because you're going to be the catalyst to reviving this giant monster. Not to mention all these Megalodons. I feel like those are the perfect, like, little extra monsters that it's bringing. It's like 13 of them or something. And that's like the perfect set amount of bad things that isn't involving the main boss. Like, the main boss is a problem, but the whole thing is, what is Rimuru's crew gonna do? They all have to hold off Megalodons that can fly, guys. Flying Megalodons. Like, this show is so tight. I swear that they just know how these characters should be treated, and they're treating them so fairly that I can't wait to see just where the rest of their story progression starts to go towards having you know, more and more characters breach through and even raise the power level of Rim, because as we can see, the demon lord that showed up was supposedly much stronger than him. So if she's that much stronger than him, can he raise his power up to surpass her? You know, does he surpass everybody by somehow? And if he is surpassing people, what does he do to do so? Um, and from what I'm hearing, Rimuru is more known as a girl in the manga, but in this anime, he's definitely caters more towards his dude side, I feel like, because he's always like explicitly like just talking about that, you know, how his life was as a man, and um, he kind of thinks like a man. You know, he's like he's hearing girls having fun and holding their breath underwater, and he wants to go over there and stuff. So I mean, I guess a girl would want to, a girl would want to do that too with all of her girlfriends, but why would he be on the guy's side in the first place, knowing that he goes more by a girl than a guy, you know? So that would have been more awkward for the guys over there if they're like, oh yeah, Rimmer's a chick. Like, so very interesting in that aspect of just how they're playing that out. Not that it really matters. I just thought it was funny that he's not on their side this time when he's usually on their side every single time, or vice versa. They're always on the side he was on, so he didn't really have to even think about how much fun they have when he's, you know, there or whatever. He's usually just embarrassed to be staring at everybody. But overall, man, this show knows no bounds when it comes down to just going in and truly teaching us more and more about the world that we should be worried about, or that we should at least be keeping our eyes open for. And supposedly, we're going to see another way for Rim to uh, level up, or to at least like become something even stronger than we already know he is. And I think that's what I truly was waiting for in the show ever since I kind of learned that his abilities are just ridiculously strong. So, and I gotta thank my anime people for all that information. Like, knowing that he's going to become something big in the future really does help my outlook of how weak, how strong he is at the beginning to the end, instead of just being like, oh, well, it's all a surprise to me if he's going to get weaker or stronger. Like, I know for sure he's going to get stronger. It's just how. And if he does get stronger, is it because of his own abilities, or is it because weapons? Is it because of his teammates doing combination attacks? What is going to truly make Rimuru a beast? And what is even going to be possible for them to take out something that has been revived multiple upon multiple times, and at this point is kind of being controlled by the Demon Lord, the way he probably mentioned it last week, with him having someone who has hatred towards Rim and their company, or like their town or whatever. Now he literally is using something that is on the level or greater than the level of a Demon Lord to straight up go to Rimuru's town and fight, you know, for him, and he doesn't even have to lift a finger anymore. So that's just how smart some of these characters are, and I feel like Rimuru still could have moments like this, and that's what kind of scares me too, is if this guy is this smart, how smart is Leon? How smart are other opponents that might be able to back up their plans with even more power than we've seen before? So with all that being said, everybody, thank you so much for the support. I love this show, and it has been one of my favorite things to make for you guys and to get out there and to talk to you guys about after my video is already posted. So please give yourselves some some claps, some pats on the back, because truly, if it wasn't for this series and a couple more that are on my channel, I honestly wouldn't think that my channel would even be much of anything, because there wasn't a lot of shows that were out at the time when I wanted to start reviewing, when I know all these shows, but some of the shows I was really passionate about weren't out. But to have new shows like this one come out and be just as passionate, if not more passionate about it than I was about other shows that I was watching and enjoying, it feels amazing to have the backup of people who feel the exact same way. And you guys, when you talk to me in the comments, make me want to watch this show, read the light novel, and read the manga, all of it. So I can't thank you guys any more than that. Besides just making more and more content for you guys on the daily and making sure that this show is out to you guys as early as possible, and then doing the rest of my content and getting more to you guys later. So thank you so much, and I am the Anime G. I will talk to y'all in the next one. So let me finish off Gerald, because Rimuru is a beast. Oh, oh, he's just circling me. Okay, buddy. Kobe. Alright, my anime people. I will talk to you in the next one. Peace.